What villain was terrifying because they were right? Ken from the Bee Movie. I too would go absolutely berserk if a talking bee stole my girlfriend and gaslit me into thinking I was crazy. Colonel Kurtz. We train young men to drop fire on people, but their commanders won't allow them to write fuck on their airplanes because it's obscene. The replicants from Blade Runner. Used as slaves and given artificially short lives. They just wanted to live and be free. Magneto. He knew the hate humans had for mutants, and wasn't as blindly optimistic as Xavier. True Malcolm X of the mutant rights movement. Bobby Heenan. Spent the 80s telling us how awful and selfish Hulk Hogan was. Was proven absolutely correct in 1996. In hindsight, Heenan was trying to save us all from the inevitable scourge of Hollywood Hogan. Ozymandias. He outsmarted the most powerful being in the universe, and won. There actually weren't flaws in his logic or execution. Arya's parents on Pretty Little Liars. They're villainized for not letting their high school daughter date her teacher. The guy in Korra who wanted to end special privileges for benders. Perfectly captured that right idea, fascist execution concept and dread. Frankenstein's monster. Adam. Created by a short-sighted, arrogant doctor as the first of his race, then denied the opportunity to be part of a community, of his own, man-made beings, or the human community. He only became monstrous after it became clear that Frankenstein would never create another of his kind, and was driven mad by his desire to punish Frankenstein's hubris. Not really sure if you can consider him a villain. But Peacemaker when he went on a rant about Batman causing countless deaths because he refuses to kill supervillains. Maul. His last words before being captured by the Republic was, * you're all going to burn. You're all going to die. You don't know what you're doing, *. He tried to warn Ahsoka of Palpatine's ultimate plan, but she didn't listen. Stevie from Wizards of Waverly Place. Her entire goal was to stop families from giving up their magic to just one person in the family. Like, we're really supposed to be rooting against her. It just seemed super out of character for Alex to go against that plan. The Matrix's Agent Smith. I tried to classify your species. I realized that you're not actually mammals. Every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium with their surrounding environment, but you humans do not. You move to another area, and you multiply, until every natural resource is consumed. The only way you can survive is to spread to another area. There is another organism on this planet that follows the same pattern. Do you know what it is? A virus. Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet. I root for Magneto when watching the X-Men movies. He's objectively right, and Days of Future Past proves it. King Kong. Not even because he was right. He was just alive. Minding his own business and blam, taken out of his home and made to be the villain without any choice. A real good example of human nature. Edit a word. Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin from Spider-Man. In spite of everything you've done for them, eventually, they will hate you. Dude was right about how the perception of public figures changes over time. Poison Ivy is an environmentalist at heart and Raj Al Ghul is a humanitarian. Both were pushed into extremism after the broken system they are trying to fix simply refused to change for so long that they decided the system itself needed to be torn down. For all that it mattered, save for a literal deus ex machina, Mass Effect's Sovereign was right. You exist because we allow it, and you will end because we demand it. There was no stopping the Reapers. None. Not one iota of legitimate hope. Sovereign laid it out like it was the facts it was, without ego, pride, or delusion. And you knew he was right, too. The Boss MGS3. I raised you. I loved you. I've given you weapons, taught you techniques, endowed you with knowledge. There is nothing more for me to give you. All that's left for you to take is my life, by your own hand. One must die and one must live. No victory, no defeat. The survivor will carry on the fight. It is our destiny. The one who survives will inherit the title of boss. And the one who inherits the title of boss will face an existence of endless battle. Patrick Bateman. What was he right about? How utterly unimpressive he is. The memes about him demonstrates an irony. Patrick is just an empty shell pretending to be a man, obsessed with both fitting in and being better than everyone around him. Yet as he realizes by the end, with the implication he imagined most of what happened, or his father is covering for his insane ass, he comes to the realization he is never going to get what he wants, uniqueness. He's trapped in a world of people as bland and uninteresting as he is. And there's no escape. Gore the God Butcher from Thor Love and Thunder. And #X200B. Even if the end was a bit cheesy, he truly is right and terrifying because of it. Dexter Morgan. I wouldn't say he was a villain, but what he did was right even if illegal. Not terrifying, but Thanos had some good points. Also Ultron had his heart in the right place and he was terrifying in the What If episodes. Edit, I'll add Gore the God Butcher as well. Even though the new movie was boring, he was pretty scary and his motives were fair. He was just giving the gods what they have given others for centuries. For sure Vulture / Adrian Toomes in Spider-Man Homecoming. It was not necessarily terrifying, but I still remember I'm sitting there watching that movie and I'm like, hey, this guy actually has a point. After Spider-Man and mainly Tony Stark fucked him over on purpose, I was like, yeah, Adrian, fuck those guys. Chuck McGill. He was ultimately proven 100% correct in asserting that his brother being a lawyer would eventually ruin lives and hurt people. Granted, he was a total dick about expressing it, as well the way he went about undermining Jimmy, but he was right. Ishmael from the Wheel of Time books. Basically time repeats itself and there's a guy who's trying to stop time from repeating. Ishmael reasons that it is statistically impossible for the good guys to beat him every time, so the only way to win is to side with him. He's literally just right. Heath Ledger's Joker. Specifically with this quote, their morals, their code, it's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. You'll see. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other. See, I'm not a monster, I'm just ahead of the curve. I felt this quote is super relevant based on the state of the world right now. Gerald Butler's charter in law-abiding citizen. The dude make you root for him, even when he's killing mostly innocent people. Kinda makes you wonder what's wrong with yourself. The Red Hood. Batman beats insane people up. They go to Arkham, are usually experimented on there and come back worse. In a way that makes Batman one of the worst perpetuators of Gotham's constant decline into savagery. The Red Hood just straight up kills them. None of you said the most terrifying one. Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls. He wanted to bring free energy and advanced technology to the people. And in one episode he actually did. He made the world an amazing place. And then the Powerpuff Girls ruined it all.